I mean, come on, get in camera focus. If you're going to show me that cute face, show it to the world, or at least the dozens of people who will watch this.
I understood that reference.
Welcome back to Norman Reviews, everyone. We are looking at Amazing Spider-Man number 323. Why are we doing this? Because if you're paying attention and following me, which you should and you should, then I did a video on the Todd McFarlane figure that was based off of this image. And that figure came with this comic book. So, hey, Spider-Man, Captain America, Todd McFarlane, what could go wrong? Let's take a quick look at this. So, as you can see, this is like way back in the day. Like, let's see if it tells us when it was originally printed. Doesn't look like it does. I have no idea. This is a reprint, obviously. Early November, it says. $1. So that kind of tells you. What does it say up here? 1985. There we go. Early November 1985. God, this is dirty. What the fuck, dude? I was like, what, 3 years old at that time? Yeah. So this shows you how like old it is. So cool cover. This is a part 4 of 6 of whatever storyline was going on with the assassination plot. And if I know correctly, they had these things here because sometimes they had barcodes for when you'd buy these in like a retail store to actually scan it. So but the ones who weren't sold in stores had this. Is that right? Tell me if I'm right. I do like this little logo or whatever you call this image here in this corner box. So we're not going to worry about the story too much because we're already in 4 of 6. So let's just take a look at some old vintage McFarlane art. They changed the pages because obviously usually this would be over here, but they did some other prints back here of stuff that we'll take a look at. And Rusty's here. Hey, buddy, you here to cause me grief and make the video? I don't know, almost unwatchable when you sit down right in front of it, but a lot of people like you more in the comic, so I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you want some love, even though I gave you all the love you need. Okay, buddy. If you're gonna be here, you look at the camera at least. Oh, look at his face. Look at this kitty face. Okay. God, didn't even get like 3 minutes into this thing and you're already causing a problem. Well, let's take a look over here. So again, no idea what's going on, but there's this character Solo. I have no idea where this guy originally came from, probably in Spider-Man comic books. My first exposure to him, Solo, great name, I guess, was in a later run of Spider-Man comics done by Eric Larson, The Revenge of the Sinister Six, I think. My brother Rob on his channel is going through that, so spoilers, his guy shows up in it. And he's kind of just like, he's a Punisher knockoff, not nearly as interesting or cool. I don't know what his motivations are, besides just, while Solo lived, terror dies is his kind of thing. I don't know why he's doing that, but he's just a dude in a green outfit with his hair out and a mask for reasons, and he has guns. So it's kind of a cool image with the perspective. They're in some kind of tunnel. He's fighting these weird stormtrooper guys. You don't even see his face. He's just running from them, but it's still kind of a cool opening image. You right, Rusty? Yeah. I mean, come on, get in camera focus. If you're going to show me that cute face, show it to the world, or at least the dozens of people who will watch this. All right. Now scoot over a little bit. So, still killing him. Crack. What is the crack for? I mean, there's a crack there. There's a boom there. It's just, I love he's laying waste to these guys down here. That's a cool image. You think that ends justifies the mean, you're wrong. I don't know. Oh, talk about bystanders getting hurt. I mean, isn't that what he's all about? And justifies means. Whatever. So let's look at David Michelin. Todd McFarlane is writer. Todd McFarlane is artist, which I'm guessing includes inks. Rick Parker lettering, colors, editors, editor-in-chief. Yada, yada, yada. Assault Rivals. God damn it, buddy. I'm gonna. Usually, I have to love on him so hard and aggressively, then he gets like annoyed with me, and then he will leave. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. All right, get out of here. Get out. Go on. Get. Vamoose, you little varmint. Refocus. So, he has one guy left. I love this little image of him just like throwing his hands in the air. And he's I give up, I give up. It's interesting, kind of him in the shadows, more or less. Rusty, get out of here. Good. My God, cat. Okay, that's good. So then he's like he's asking him questions, and I love he puts his gun right up to him. And this guy's freaking out. He's like, but I surrendered. This isn't right. And he just jams it right into his like goggles there. And that way, he gets the information that he needs. Solo's walking off, and this is maybe I can reach for my gun, but Solo, he takes a grenade, and just this is kind of a funny little image right there, the shadow silhouette, because he drops the grenade. Uh-oh. Pardon me. Excuse me. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Anyways. While Solo lived, terror dies, and that's kind of funny, just seeing from up top there in Paris, the explosion coming out from the sewer. So people are talking, coming in through a limo. I thought this image was kind of interesting. I mean, how often can artists get away with that kind of stuff? I mean, back in the day, they're on a deadline. Okay, Rusty, get out of here. They're on a deadline, right? It says now on sale twice a month. I don't know if like McFarlane was doing 2 comics a month. But a lot of people, like, it's just a crowd. Like, when you look at a shot of a crowd anyways, even in real life, it's just like faceless people. So you get the idea that there's people around there, but like very, very little detail. They're going through a gate, doesn't show the road or anything like that. It's just very minimal background, but it doesn't matter. It's such a tiny little thing. We're going by. We get that it's a limo and it's going through people and it's carrying a couple government officials, I guess, probably talking about details about the assassination plot. Here's Silver Sable in a very generic pose. Is she getting coffee? What is she doing here? Very flat ass, but that's fine. No one has to be like round and have the cake in every single fucking panel. Spider-Man comes in because he's there and he's doing stuff. They say, "Wow, Spider-Man!" And he lands. I thought this was interesting. I don't think I'd ever think to do this, but he lands on his, with his hand. He didn't just land on his feet. He just lands like that. And McFarlane always was able to draw Spider-Man in weird poses, which was always kind of a cool thing that I liked about him. Again, backgrounds are very minimal, but you get like the idea of what's going on, especially with the angles of the camera. More plot that we won't get into. More no detail backgrounds. This is. I mean, Todd McFarlane, he's kind of an artist, is he? He's very stylized. He can draw like sexy women, but this is just like this nose and the way she looks here just looks like an old grandma, especially with this white hair. But, again, you don't have to make every single woman look like a fucking supermodel. You got Mary Jane for that. And this pose of Spider-Man here talking with his hands, I swear I've seen that before, or something. Not before, but he's done similar stuff like that. McFarlane has that pose. I feel when he did that crossover with Wolverine, they were talking, and this reminded me of that. So more talking, more yelling. He's, I don't know, doubting himself for whatever reason. Story continues, right? He's talking to the press. That's weird. Speaking of supermodels and old ladies, there's Mary Jane, and Ian drops Captain America. Very heroic shot. That's kind of a funny having his leg up image and holding on to these. Is he holding on? No, he's not holding on to him. He's just posing like that. So parachuting in, lands. Everyone's happy with Captain America. Everyone feels safe with Captain America around. And that's what I always kind of liked about the character of Captain America is he's always trying to do what he thinks is right. Now, what is right and wrong depends on what the writer thinks is right and wrong. But usually there's like a standard of him just doing the right thing, right? That's kind of what his whole motif is. I've talked about this in, I don't know where I've talked about it, if I've talked about it on channel or just like chit-chatting with people over the internet. But if you needed someone to protect you, Captain America's the guy to go. You know, like, yes, maybe Superman, you can get like people who are way more powerful, stronger, whatever. But just to feel safe, like you want Captain America part of that, I feel. He just makes you feel good about everything and that everything's going to be okay. So back to Spider-Man. This is kind of a cool shot, just him hanging out on the statue. Captain America saying he's here to help make things right, like I said, you know, so he's getting himself involved in whatever is going on with this situation in Paris, which Spider-Man is involved in, but Spider-Man's feeling like a kid who's like someone who's been benched. He's like, I'm being treated as hired help. They didn't even include me on the strategy session. He's like, I should just fucking get out of here. But Captain America, being the nice guy, he's like, are you with us? He's like, wait, huh? Yeah, and like Captain America, he knows the value of Spider-Man. It's kind of funny they got this cat statue down here. I think that's just a Todd McFarlane thing of putting him in there. So Spider-Man's walking sideways. That's kind of funny. And again, he's trying to prove, I guess there was some kind of assassin plot, and people are being murdered and assassinated, I guess, and Captain America wants to prove that America isn't behind it. I have no idea how this ends, but it wouldn't surprise me if, like, the big twist is that they were. So I think they're trying to still say the guys who hired Spider-Man are like, no, we don't need you. We got Captain America. So Spider-Man like joins in anyways. He's like, I shouldn't do this. If I were smart, I'd leave, but then he wouldn't be in this line of work. So wait, no, he's not sneaking because he's right there. I don't know. We're not paying attention to the story. So where they go? Simcaria's mountainous northern edge. So they're in the mountains. It's snowy. This is kind of cool with all the silhouettes. I like the symbols that are not darkened in, and then Spider-Man's fully colored there. That's interesting. See, Sable's kind of looking sexy there. That's interesting that they just do like a one eye kind of a thing. I wouldn't think to do something like that. So, anyways, Spider Sense goes off. They get ambushed by these fucking snow cobra stormtrooper guys. Captain America leaps into action with his mighty shield, bouncing it off and a patang and a spook. And it's coming, and he jumps over this guy as he's catching it, and then clobbers him down on the head as he's coming down, which is kind of fun. Spider-Man's thinking to himself, big fight going on. They're on skis. Skis are jet powered, and they're taking to the air. They can fly now? They can fly now. So they go skyrocketing in the air. Spider-Man grabs one, and I guess the guy keeps going. That's a funny bit. More fights. Sable's in on the action, punching the fuck out of this guy. this guy's about to send some missiles out, and he's going to kill his comrades, but they'll die with honor. But Solo comes in, the D-list version of Punisher, the Wish version of Punisher, I guess you could call him. But he kills these guys rather violently, because that's what he does. Funny look on his face. It's a very Todd McFarlane thing there. I don't know what this is, an escape craft. They come busting in, stop him. That's cool. Oh, there's several of them. So, they take out fucking Solo. That's funny. I didn't even realize. I thought they took out one of these guys. So the stormtroopers escape, and Solo's arguing how he's on their side. And he keeps talking about how I get the job done. Like, I get the job done. I do what needs to be done. Because he's saying, your methods are questionable. Now, I think back in the day, Captain America is like all anti-killing. He wouldn't kill anybody. Not a guy who's about to do that. Same as Spider-Man, same as Batman, same as Superman, Daredevil, those kind of dudes. But now in today's world, today's versions of Captain America are more modern. I don't read actual comics today for various reasons. But Captain America, I mean, he's a soldier, right? So he's going to have killed in the war at some point. I'm guessing, and the Ultimates and like the MCU versions, he's had to kill, and he's used guns and all that. So, anyways, there's still shit going on. So Spider-Man's leaping into action, or he grabs this guy, webs him up, brings him down. They want to interrogate him. Solo's like, he will talk or he will die. And again, we don't work that way. He's like, well, but I get things done. He actually says that off panel right here again. I think it's him. It might be fucking Sable, because Sable's like, here, like, let me talk to him. As they're leaving, she's like, a gun would have been quicker. She pulls out this knife, and this guy's eyes are right there. Like, what the fuck is going to happen here? Spider-Man notices, but he gives the code up. And Spider-Man's, I bet you and Solo could be real buddies. I got the job done. No. Who said that? I don't know. Another cool silhouetted picture. Solo fucking takes off. Oh, and this is funny. Pardon me. So getting an access code here. Give my regards to Captain Kirk, he says as he teleports out. We're also able to retrieve a printout of the man who's hired for the actual assassinations, and it's Sabretooth. Hard to tell in that picture. I wonder if Wolverine shows up. They thought he was dead for some reason. So that's interesting. Sabretooth of all people. I was thinking, I wonder if Wolverine shows up in this. And I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't need to be. Just because Sabretooth shows up doesn't mean Wolverine should show up. It kind of makes it like the universe seem bigger if, like, okay, Sabretooth is here and Wolverine doesn't have to be a part of it. But that's the end. It doesn't say anywhere to be continued or anything like that. It just does. And like, this guy, whoever this is, looks like Cyclops. He basically said the next step could be war. Dun, dun, dun. So that's the issue. So we'll look at what's back here in a second. But I don't know. I have no idea how this ties in with the other issues. But, Captain America, Spider-Man by McFarlane. Like, what? Again, I think I said it before. What more could you want? That'll probably be the fucking title of the comic book. McFarlane, Spider-Man, Captain America. What more could you want? Blah, blah, blah. So there's the issue. There's the review of that. And now these are covers that, like I said, this comic came from, fuck off. Hold on a second. Yeah, so this is the figure. That's what we just looked at, the comic. Where did I put it? It's right here. Bam. So this is the figure. I did a whole video about this. I talked about what was cool about it, what wasn't cool about it, all that kind of shit. So go check that out. So Todd McFarlane and his McFarlane Toys did a bunch of recreations of covers, right? So I also did this Wolverine one. I'm not going to take that out of the box, which there's a video on that. But these are the other covers. It doesn't show the figure, but these are the other covers they did in their first wave. So there's the Iron Man, and then Deadpool by Rob Liefeld. Is this who is this artist? Why can't I think of the name? It's not. I'm sorry, I can't remember who did that. But then I guess he did. I think he did 2 Spider-Mans, but there's like a Spider-Man there. Must have done one of that. This is the one I have, Jim Lee's Wolverine. And then I think he also did this one, of Spider-Man. That would be a cool one. So I kind of want to get some more of these. I'd like to get this one. The more I think about it, the more I'm upset that I didn't get it. I mean, that fucking leg there. It's crazy. Anyways, and the old man back here, as Rob would say. So that's the issue. That's based off, and then I got the figure, but we're looking at the comic book. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe, all that shit. Like always, and like always, I will see you in the next video.